Hello everyone, welcome back to another stream. Today we have a Saturday stream, which is not necessarily normal, but I do have a couple hours, so I wanted to stream for just a few hours here. And so we're going to be running a little bit of mid-range that I think benefited the most from the most recent over-the-air changes. I think the over-the-air was a really good shakeup. It shifted a lot of things around. Like, it didn't completely kill off Surtur, but it made it not as necessarily as common. Doom was starting to creep up. It kind of brought that back into range. And so I thought it was a very effective over-the-air, where the last few that we've had, it felt like there wasn't really a whole lot that was changing with it. And then Dexter is best. Welcome in. Hopefully you're having a great day so far. And while we have... you are the first. You're the first to jump in and join. I absolutely appreciate you. While we're waiting for other people, I'm going to go ahead and jump in. We're going to run in just a little bit of mid-range. And then Zombie Lemon, welcome in as well. Hopefully you're having a great day so far. Hopefully you've had a good week and your Saturday has started off the right way. Been a while? It has been a while. I've been pretty good. I've been good. I just trying to kind of balance everything, but it's been good so far. I opened SC and got Agent from the random card. Oh, you got Agent Venom or US Agent? Either way, definitely a win. Go ahead and go Nico. I'll go Nico here. I don't think I've caught a stream in a few months. It feels like it's been around that, Zombie Lemon. And if so, that's all right. Let's move Kate Bishop into mid. I know that whenever Twitch Drops comes out for February, I'm going to be doing some more extended streams, and so just kind of saving up my game and stream time for those. But that should be within the next few weeks, I think. Let's see if it's listed on the Twitch panel. Yeah. So the 18th through 25th. And then the premium mystery variant is the high-end reward from it. US Agent? Yeah, definitely not bad for a random card. And then Zombie Lemon, thank you so much for the Prime sub for 8 months. Very much appreciate having you here. Let's do Iron Patriot, and then we'll throw a Zabu down. So big Surtur. Surtur's still relatively good. It's just capped out at 10 now, so it can't go too crazy. Then Show, welcome in. Oh my goodness. The X-Mansion split is unfortunate. What if we went like Athena, like basic arrow? Give that a shot. I see TLSG Jr. is back again. Old TLSG left his computer unlocked. That's his fault. So Coal Obsidian, a big Surtur. They should have priority, so maybe we can snipe 2 of the 10 plus power cards in the right lane in Pet Mansion after this turn. End up going... That does cap us out here, though, is a little bit of a problem. So we can go Basic Arrow or Pim Arrow. We go Shang-Chi. Athena scales. I think we'll take out both of these, because I think they're going to let Surtur scale to discount a Scar. The shield comes back over to the left. Ares. Ares should be able to beat us. Yeah, 23 to 12. It's fine. Zabu as well. We clear up the right lane. I still don't know that we have it. With a Tuma. I think it would take a lot to overcome this left lane, or the right lane for that matter. We're gonna let them have it. Because this plus this would give us what, 6, 7, 8, 9. We go up to a max of 17. This doesn't beat what's already there. Yeah, I'll give them that one. Wait, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Brings us up to 19. We're still one short. Then thank you guys for hopping in. Hopefully your Saturdays are going well.
Escaped.
Go ahead and jump into another one. See if it goes a little bit better this time around. But on the 18th, so the 18th through the 25th will be the next set of drops. I'll be streaming a lot of hours during that time. So if you guys need a nice cozy place to get your drops, feel free to drop in. It's been good. Mine was pretty good. I'm still kind of recovering a little bit from whenever I was. We finished moving out of our old house, and so I messed up my. I think it's my back. I think it was like my muscles around my my lower ribs. And so I've still been recovering from that, but now it's just kind of like a tinder sore, not so much as like an all-out hurt. And so Quicksilver, Psylocke, Gwynpool, if they have a Wiccan, they can play Wiccan on 3, which is nice. And then Groggy at Night, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for 4 months. Very much appreciate having you here. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day so far. Let's go. I'm going to go Thena to the left. I'll save Red Guardian for like in Camartage. Ooh, if they have Wiccan on 3, this is a massive Wiccan. No. Okay, it's just Galacta. We do get the big free Scarlet Spider. I think we go ahead and hit their Red Guardian. We'll go ahead and place Scarlet Spider mid. We'll see. Drawing a 1-cost card would be nice, because we could do Enchantress plus the 1-cost. Ooh, buff the Spider. Yeah, chill. Yeah. We should have buffed the Spider. I don't know what we're doing. We should have played Spider over here. Ended up having an 8 power. Much, much better. Oh, well. Enchantress takes a hit from our Shang-Chi. Let's go ahead and do that. When they do stick it out, so our Shang-Chi is gone already, but I don't think we'll need it. Typically, if you swing one lane, that's detrimental enough that they're not really able to come back from it. Super cheap Gwynpool. We can't do Enchantress over here, unfortunately, but we can do Gwynpool. Enchantress, activate the Spider. Although, I think we'll go Enchantress, Gwynpool. We'll let the Scarlet Spider pop wherever it needs to. I think the scaling from Thena would be enough regardless. That is, however, a lot of cards on their end. Let's pop to the left. We may need it over in the left. Wow, that is a massive US agent. Look, it hit every single one of them. The Pim arrow, or the double Pim arrow, the grapple arrow, not enough in the left. I am very glad. I guess even if Scarlet Spider didn't jump over there, we would have won the left lane. We heavily won the right lane.
Victory.
Just arrows, yeah. Just arrows from the double Kate Bishop. It was a very, very effective US agent, though. My goodness. Gave them what they needed to win one, at least. How you liking the mastery? So I actually haven't engaged with the mastery all that much. Haircut looks good. Thank you, Big C. It's a little bit shorter than I typically go for, but that's okay. Well, it'll grow back. I have a really bad habit of waiting like several months past when I would normally get a haircut, and so then it's always like this massive change whenever I do finally get one. I hate it because it's ruining splits. Yeah, I haven't split all that much, but if I got a gold with banana split, I can't say that I would be overly happy. And so I could definitely see that. Let's see. It's an Arsham deck, and they built in King Eitri for some reason. I don't know if we hit him with a Red Guardian. We'll go ahead and do Red Guardian. Next turn we can do Kitty Pryde plus Juggernaut to scale the Athena. What I don't like about the mastery is that it's forcing you to open it. So if you get a new variant, or if you level up or split your old variant to the point where it levels up, it auto claims all of them, and so then the splits are definitely not as ideal. All right, let's go Gwynpull plus Big Kitty Pryde. We might be able to get value out of Null actually. If they go something big that's within Shang-Chi range.
Opponent snapped.
The thing that I do like about them is that it kind of helps early game players get to the point where they can split something kind of meaningfully a little bit earlier on. And so you can get gold a little bit earlier. You get something better than like Prism background quite a bit earlier, which is definitely very, very nice. Do we think they play in Stark Tower, or we try to make them cap it out with like a Juggernaut? Let me throw Kate Bishop. Because unless they have something movable, I don't think they're going to play and fill up Stark Tower. They do. Our Juggernaut still hits, but it's not as effective. Big Wolfsbane, and then the +2 from the Loot Cage. Or not +2, from all of their cards on Stark Tower is pretty massive. If we did Galacta and then Kitty Pryde, that's 5. And then Pim Arrow. Another 4, so it's 9. We would win mid, or we would win right. It would just come down to if we won mid. They can probably go over in power there, right? Big Claw. An Arsham generated Claw too. That always adds a little bit of insult to injury whenever it's an Arsham created card. I got hit with a Shadow King the other day, and most decks aren't running Shadow King. Most Arshams aren't running Shadow King. It was generated by Arsham, and it gave them the perfect counter. Those always sting the worst. And it looks like we're going to jump into a really quick set of ads just to disable pre-rolls for any one else that trickles in. It should start here in just a second. What I hate about Arsham. Yeah, it's what I find the only piece that I really find frustrating. Well, I guess there's a couple pieces. Being able to curve into like Legion early, super frustrating if it's done consistently. And then also being able to draw like the random pieces that you need. And so there was one time they drew a Sentry into an Arsham. No, Sentry into a Nihilus to clutter me up. And they were both generated by Arsham. Those hurt the worst. Like you can't really play around those, and so it always makes like snap equity into Arsham games very difficult to gauge. right, we have the Nico. Go ahead and play Nico. And then Ojin, welcome in. Hopefully you're having a great one. I'm glad to be back online. Today's going to be a somewhat short stream, only a couple hours. But starting on the 18th, we have drops that should be started once again. And then I'm going to be doing some long hours again. Believe in me when I say those games are rather rare, though. Like negative in the chain. It feels like it should be, but I feel like I get hit with it far more often than I should. That could just be like a negative bias, like, you know, you feel the impact, but it definitely feels like it happens far more often than it should. So if we hit this, actually, they can never hit mid with Misery because of the big house. Happens more when you're playing against it. Yeah, that's definitely what it feels like. I almost never play Arsham. It's probably one of my least played newer cards. And then Sargenty, long time no see, always glad to catch a stream early. Welcome in, Sargenty. Hopefully you're having a great week and a good start to your weekend so far. The Baron Zemo pulling Thena is unfortunately scary. I think we're gonna do something like this. We got a pretty good bump from Gwynpool. Really like your cook. Wait. Oh, Fudge really likes it. I'm gonna try it when you get home from work. Hopefully, the one that I posted a video about, or this one. Both of them are relatively. Oh, what a well-timed Killmonger. Woof. Okay. And the death. Not a lot we can do. Like, we can protect this lane, but then we can't ever win the right because we don't have Shang-Chi. Man. I thought this was a cook. I'm not doing great with it. I may have to pivot. Have we won a game yet? Bad.
Escape.
Okay, we won one. We're 1 out of 4. Not a fantastic start for the stats. I think a negative deck is decent right now as well. If you can kind of control your priority, you can get some pretty good benefit from it. And then Fola is on Twitch. Welcome in. It says first time chatter. And so, are you from the YouTube side? When Finnis or Proxima, you text me on Discord. Was it recently? Pola? I know that there's been someone imitating my account, trying to get people to like click on links or sign up for stuff. I've reported the account as spam. If it was recently, it may have been one of the spam accounts. Pola. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're. I'm honestly not sure what they gain from it.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
All right, so we do get the deep discount onto the leader, which is nice. Red Guardian can take out Scream before it really starts being online. Proxima is good with Khonshu coming in March. I'm interested to see how Khonshu like shakes up. I feel like he might be an archetype of his own, and like an interesting new-ish way to build like a discard deck. Iron Patriot, Miles. That's a big Xandar lane. We can always slap a leader there. Leader Kitty Pride, I think might pressure it a bit. We could also do Gwynpool to buff some of the stuff in our hand. I'm not sure that we need to, though. Something like this. If you discard Iron Man and play a full power Conchu, very true. No deep discount for him. Nothing really to aim our Enchantress at, unfortunately.
Victory.
Conchu, I think, is one of the like more intricate cards coming out because you have to like fully power him up. And so he's one of the more interesting like deck building pieces, I think. There's a few that I'm excited about, a few that I think are just kind of release and not really go anywhere. So Thaddeus, we don't really see much of an impact from him. Unfortunately, card draw is really strong, so we know if they're like a small change could make him really, really strong. But relying on your opponent to do something, especially when like Wiccan is relatively good in like this small mid-range package, really hurts the Thaddeus stuff. And then Boosty, welcome, man. I'm still mad at Essen. Me too. Me too. So unfortunate that they ended up changing Essen. Like, not just a small change. That is a like entire shift.
Opponent snapped.
Adam Warlock been working out better than Thaddeus? Yes, very much so. So Asgard, they can move the shield around. The shield in Warrior Falls is pretty nice. Go ahead and play Galacta, and actually we can't do anything besides like a Shang-Chi into Crimson Cosmos. Not good. Do we ever want to hit mid with a Red Guardian? I don't know. I think he fits in a Corvus Tempo deck with Stature and Proxima. He very well might. I can't. I'm excited to try him out. It could end up being that he just kind of creates this very lackluster build, but there's also a chance that he ends up being really, really cool. We could do Juggernaut. It'd end up being 5 and 5. We wouldn't really fight for it. We could do Red Guardian to take away one of these two, but we don't have priority, so it would probably hit Sam Wilson. We could also do an Iron Patriot, like an Iron Patriot right, since we don't really have a shot here. What was Essen's text again? Essen's text was, I think it was, if all of the cards in your deck have a unique or different cost, all cards in your deck get +2 or something like that. Oh, you're talking about the new one? Yeah. The new one is like you summon to your side a card that didn't start in your deck or something not quite as exciting. We could Enchantress Kate Bishop. And we have Shang-Chi +2 arrows. Yeah, so card, I think they've updated it here. Oh no, it's not in here. Okay. Yeah, so the new text was something about summoning a card that didn't start on your side of the board. this lane becomes relatively easy with the Shang-Chi. I wish we could fit in a Juggernaut. Can't. And I don't know that this wins, because I assume they play something in the left lane. I mean, they're mid, they can't move the capped shield, so they'll have to play left-right. They do have a free Scar if they drew it. I mean, they drew pretty much their whole deck because of Asgard. Then Viper, love your videos. Keep it up, man. Welcome in, Viper. Hopefully you're having a great day so far. I think we lose this one, because they've drawn everything but one, unless they got super unlucky and missed like the Scar. They do have Scar, which they play in the left lane. We clear out mid. They're gonna lose. I guess we lose ours. No, we definitely lose it. Had we let our arrow get buffed up, it would have been an extra 3 here to 11. They would have lost 4. We still would have lost this lane just by a touch. I think there was a Strange Supreme. Yeah, there was a Strange Supreme. There was Agamotto, which I'm kind of excited for, because it has the new Banish text, which I'm assuming is like spells or things that you don't want to be able to be resurrected by like Hela or resurrected by like Ghost Rider. And so like it's like, I'm assuming like a 1-use and then it's off the board and gone. God, sorry for bullying you in my final game of the day. No, you're fine. We face the great Skada. I always kind of assume we lose. So no, you're fine, Skada. And then the Rainmaker, welcome in. Hopefully you're having a great one. They made the changes to Surtur, but I think he's still very healthy. I think really all that we've seen with the reduction of Surtur is just that people kind of shifted off of it because he got nerfed, but I do think he's still very, very strong. All right, let's go ahead and go Athena left so we can get some kind of meaningful power over there. Depending on what we draw, we probably can't stop the Iron Patriot, unfortunately. No. No, we're just going to throw Kitty Pryde right. What archetype do you feel is the strongest right now? I feel maybe Mill. Mill, I think, is in a very decent spot. I think mid-range is also in a pretty good spot. It has a lot of like tech or counter options. I think Iron Patriot, Sam Wilson, like that just kind of 2-piece is very, very strong as well. And so that helps out like your mid-range style of deck quite a bit. And this one's not working for us. And I think Surtur is also still pretty strong. I don't think all of the cards have gotten updated yet. There was a... We can go Surtur. I think Surtur with a... with a Cosmo armor is probably best for us. I took your mid-range Athena deck and threw in Goose. Ooh, Goose is an interesting one. Are you talking about the Havoc one, Sargent? Yeah, so Strange Supreme, he merges with a random card, and he gains extra power when he merges with a card. Or yeah, it's the +2. So we we lost our Surtur off the jump. Unfortunate. Well, Full Obsidian's gone as well. Ooh, they're Hobgoblin? What is Sakamaka Kwame running? Is it a Galactus deck? Oh, that's an Arsham card. Have I ever seen it? Are you talking about Strange or are you talking about Essen? The Havoc Thena? Yeah, I really like the Havoc Thena one right now. Ugh. So we have all of these big cards and they're going to have them all discounted. Very, very scary. I mean, a cheap Taskmaster is not bad. I think we go ahead and just play one card mid just to make sure that we have it fought for. Ooh, and actually, them getting power, extra power onto those cards in Panopticon is scary. Oof.
Opponent snapped.
We might be in trouble. Two draws per turn. Yeah, with the Loki Atom plus the discount. I mean, we should probably leave. I'm gonna stay though. Feeling like a leave. Yeah, I feel like it's you know, definitely a sore back because it's feeling like definitely should be a leave. Let's see. So we can clear up mid so that we can play additional cards there. Need some naproxen. We definitely do. I think or I don't know. I want to save Juggernaut, but I also want to be able to play Scar, like Scar Taskmaster. Oof, that is a stacked left lane for him, for our friend here. Full Obsidian, not great. And the big armor, definitely not great. How many 10 plus do they have? Just the one? But it costs 3. They could do 2 big bodies. We moved 1... and then did like a Scar, that would go up to 12. It'd just be a tie. And then El Shamu, glad to see you keep doing what you do. Thank you so much for the 3 months with your Prime. Very much appreciate having you back. Hopefully you're having a great one. So we could do Scar, Taskmaster, Shield, but they have 3 cards in hand, which is very scary. This gets an extra +2. This gets an extra +2 on top of the 10. Give it a shot. But both of theirs probably, or I guess they will get the +2. Ooh, big Ares. No, they win that one every time. No, we win it? We still lose though, right? Yeah. Lose by just a touch. I like seeing Scar played by streamers, however, this deck needs Arrow. I always feel like Arrow ends up being a weird spot for me. And so at one point I had cut like either a Juggernaut or a Cosmo for it. And I mean, you're the Skada King, so I mean I know that you playing mid one. Playing mid, we would have tied mid lane.
Epic.
Because we lost the one from the shield, I think. Unless my math was bad. So there was another Scar version that I was running that did run Arrow. Ran Arrow. Ran a Psylocke to be able to do an extra 10 plus power card on 3 if Zabu didn't hit. But it may just be that I'm not great at playing Third or Scar. You don't like Iron Patriot and Scar? I could see Iron Patriot being a pretty easy cut. I like Iron Patriot like as like a kind of a cheat card with Sam Wilson, being able to get a decent amount of pressure there. Do Mysterio Sasquatch for a good 310. It's true. Do that as well. Let's try the Iron Patriot. It may very well be that Iron Patriot should be cut. And then Silas, welcome in. Hopefully you're having a great one so far. We do Juggernaut to make sure that we win the left lane. Since we have priority, even if it went over into Kunlun, we'd be fine. The big Cosmo. And then Zahn Aster, welcome in. Finally caught you live again. Did you jump into TARDIS? You look 15 years old. So I have a bad habit of waiting like 3 months longer than I need to, and then doing a shave and a haircut, and so it ends up with just like massive transition. We probably lose this one because they're gonna have Shang-Chi, and unless we have priority, we're gonna have to rely on like an armor left if they don't do it this turn. If not, moving Cap Shield over to the right is going to give us an extra +4 from the move, which is decent. We could do Armor Doom or Armor Scar, but them having the double discount on Sarah is very, very scary. Especially with it being Arsham, so the extra energy, extra... Yeah. We're gonna jump out for one. Just the Sarah on Onslaught Citadel ends up being real scary. Like maybe if we had Arrow, we could have pulled the Sarah off. Even then, I'm not sure that it would have been worth it, because then we would have been tapped out in the left lane. I think either way, it became very, very tricky. Is Anti-Venom Ajax still good? I would say it's pretty... I haven't personally played it. I do think it's pretty decent right now. Largely because there's very little loot cage being ran. And so like your affliction for the most part should stick. For Iron Patriot, we have Juggernaut to protect it for the big discount on the Iron Patriot card. Then it locking down on 4 is going to be pretty nice for us. We can also do Ares into maybe a Juggernaut next turn.
Snap.
Or I guess we could do Gilgamesh, which would be a 10+ power card here. I've noticed an uptick with negative decks. Yeah, I think right now, if mid-range is kind of floating around, especially since they aren't really running like Enchantress, negative decks are kind of running around. I've seen a handful of them, and they do pretty well. But I think with that, I've also started seeing quite a bit more Enchantress float around as well. So the Adam Warlock to draw. I'm guessing it's a I'm guessing it's a Hammer Bro deck. If they have Shang-Chi, we lose mid. Misery mid, maybe? Yeah, big Misery. So then they can do the big demon in Washington, D.C. We should be able to have Jotunheim just like locked down, though. Tuma could potentially destroy Cosmo. If so, is it that big of an issue? We could do a Tuma armor. That allows us to do Scar, Juggernaut, plus whatever else we draw next turn, all into Jotunheim. I think we have a big enough lead in Kiln that it'd be fine as well. It's weird. The extra point in power really does matter for a lot of people. Yeah, like Luke, Nocturne, Wiccan. Yeah, I think they're all still good with the -1 power, but Nocturne, I think, kind of got power crept out. We just have much more use out of it rather than a random effect. Ooh, what are we doing? We do get the unfortunate retreat. They must have went Cosmo blind on us. It's a very nice looking variant though. Good to finally be on the winning side. We started off pretty slowly. We are going to jump into Nocturne or a 311 Surtur. Yeah, Pilk. Exactly. Like when Nocturne was floating around, there was things like Professor X that would lock in locations. You had to really be a little bit more efficient. Now we have so many cards that move, and it's the same reason we don't really see Jeff anymore. Is when Jeff came out, there was almost no cards that would freely move without like a Doctor Strange or some kind of enabler. Now we have so many. We had Nightcrawler, but it was Nightcrawler and then Jeff, and that was it. Now we have Nocturne, we have Rocket and Groot, we have, I feel like there's a handful of other ones that can freely position. We have the shield from Sam Wilson. Yeah, and Professor X, after his text change, yeah. With his text change and with how many movement cards, Madam Web has also been added to the game since Jeff was relevant, and so now you can use that as a way to move cards around. He's not anywhere near what he used to be, and it's sad. He reigned kind of the like most versatile universal jack of all trades card for a long time, and then now I barely see him played at all. Lockdown Arsham? Yeah, I was always a fan of lockdown stuff, but I can see how it's like anti-fun to play against. Bird Books, thank you so much for the Prime resub for 3 months. Very much appreciate having you here. Hopefully you're having a great day so far. So they have 2 arrows. They can fill up the raft, especially if they have like a negative arrow. I almost think that's enough to just give it to them. They have 1 and then 2. They'll be able to play like a 2 and a 1 cost here into the Wiccan on 4. We'll give them the 1. I'm going to try and be a little bit more tactful about not overstaying for 4s. Now Jeff finally dropped series. Maybe. We should have the series drop announcement soon, right? And I think they said this was going to be the biggest one that they've ever done, which is kind of exciting. I was going haywire with it when Cassandra and Hawk were everywhere. Yeah, Cassandra and Hawk, because Arsham was everywhere, Cassandra and Hawk was like super meta defining. It was a much needed lever that kind of toned down Arsham, I think, a little bit. And now that Arsham is a little bit less common, we see less Cassandra Nova. She's still a very good utility card, just not needed as often. Like, what are you gonna do with turn 2 Storm? Yeah, turn 2 Storm. It's a double Sam Wilson. I don't know if I like it as much as an Iron Patriot. I think we split them apart as well. So that each turn we're proccing one of them. We're getting a good buff going. Unless we discard it. No, we lose our Scar. They had a Daredevil? Why?
Opponent snapped.
Losing Scar definitely hurts. It's been a long time, TLSG. Didn't expect weekend stream. It's going to be a relatively short one, but I did have just a little bit of time where I was able to step away, and so I figured I might as well launch into a quick stream. Rocket and Groot completely nullifies Cassandra. Why? Because he's flexible? I don't think he... Oh, wait. Yeah. I don't think he completely nullifies it, though. Yeah, hopefully they drop. We know that Nebula's going to drop because they gave the heads up that she was listed in one of the spotlights, but they couldn't change it. And so we know that she's going to get dropped to Series 3 finally, which is nice. Oh, I think. Should be Series 3. We already lost... We lost Scar, which is unfortunate. Another series drop. Yeah, I think it's around 3 weeks out, if I'm not mistaken. All I know is there was some communication that it was their largest one so far. Big Victoria hand. Without any great discounts, they can move Cap Shield. With Victoria hand, I don't think they're running a Shang-Chi. But I also don't think that we necessarily win with this. Moonstone? Yeah. Yeah, Moonstone for an extra +3 to the left. Fantastic. Do they do anything else over into Weapon X, though? Because if not... Oh, never mind. This would be 6, wouldn't it? Nah, we're going to jump out.
Escape.
3 weeks from now? Yeah, I think it's around 3 weeks because I don't remember where I saw it, but I'm pretty sure that they said they would be coming out with the announcement soon because they always give a 2 weeks heads up before a drop happens. Let's see. I know it was in Discord. They said something about the Nebula cache. Maybe it was in Game News. Yeah, so on 210, they said as we approach next month's patch on March 4th, we're planning to include our previously announced series drops within it. And so March 4th should be the next set of drops, what it looks like. So they said the largest series drop ever, and with that comes a little bit of unplanned disruption. And we know that so it says this week's Spotlight Cache will feature Nebula. In a bit of a preview, Nebula will be dropping to Series 3 on March 4th. And so I would say that any of the other cards featured in the Spotlights these last few weeks, probably, besides Nebula, probably aren't going to they're probably not going to drop. And so seeing something like Proxima, I don't think Fenris will. I feel like he's too new, but I don't know for sure. That means Sanctum's for unknown cards. It would be, especially with the delay in Sanctum. So you should be able to, I think, hold until after the series drop to go for the unowned cards. That's probably a good call. The drop is happening right before Sanctum. Wait, I thought Sanctum was... It was the 25th, but it got delayed a week. Is that right? Okay, so we lost Zabu. There's definitely worse things to lose. We can't do anything big here. Coal Obsidian would go over into Castle Zemo, unfortunately. This wouldn't be great. It's not going to proc our Surtur. Sentry, for obvious reasons, hurts the right lane. I'm just going to do something like a Juggernaut, I guess. Also, you think it's possible to vet them all? I heard you can only grind to 2. I think it's going to either be the new cards that are releasing or a handful of unowned cards. I think it's like an either or, and I think it's in like an attempt at more agency on the rewards, not necessarily like a conquest where you're supposed to be able to gain or earn all of the rewards. I think it's more so supposed to be like that extra agency for us. I guess we probably could have done Coal Obsidian last turn. No, we wouldn't have had another one to play. So ours would only be 13 if we did Ares. We could always do either a Scar, we could do Crossbones, but I'm going to do like a Scar Armor. I guess they could have Shang-Chi, couldn't they? Which would be a reason for them to skip. If that's the case, do we ever play it slow and not even go for a scaling on Surtur? Feels a bit odd, but I think that's what we're going to do. I think they Shang-Chi mid. No, big Ultron. Okay. No, are they going to win? Yeah. Oh, Shadow King. Okay. Yeah, they're going to win the 4. Man. Not our day. I wasn't expecting the Shadow King. I was thinking much more in line of like the Shang-Chi. If it was Shang-Chi, we still would have lost with the Shang-Chi plus the Ultron preceding it. Let's try out a different deck. I know like a Scream deck is still doing pretty decently at displacing some things. This one was doing pretty well. The Havoc one is also still doing really, really good. Just with the flexibility of like Cassandra, Red Guardian, Sage. And then there's a move deck that I don't think I'm big brained enough to run it. We have a Doom deck that's making its way back in as well. 2099 lockdown is still really strong. Yeah, I won't play this one too long. Because I agree. Doom decks are... They're very just... boring. And then Doom Spectrum. Yeah, I think Doom Spectrum is still probably pretty good too. We could do Ebony Maw into Psylocke into Storm. Galactus would be funny. I don't know. I always feel like whenever I run Galactus, it's very, like, transparent. Ooh, Legion is interesting. Do we ever want to Legion on 4? Probably not. We could always Storm into Legion. Let's do Psylocke and see what we draw. If it's a War Machine, then we definitely go with that and we snap it as well. I like to surprise Galactus with Blink. I can see that working as well. I'm gonna go with Storm in the Space Throne. That way they'll have to choose like which of those 2 lanes they fight for or add power to. What do you think about the Essen rework? I think it's a very boring rework. I think it's like pulling one, it's a bit random because it pulls a random card that was not originally in your deck that was created. It pulls a randomly created card, one that was already created in your hand, onto the board, right? If so, it's so almost lackluster. Because one, there's the element of randomness, so like you throw it into an Arisham deck, and all of a sudden it has too many things to pull from. You don't know what's going to land where. I think like there will be some uses for it, but I think overall it's much less exciting. It's much more Arsham-esque than the old one, which was like a big deck building challenge for a big reward for building it like, differently. I know I was hyped about Essen as well. I'm very sad that they changed it. Electro into Blink. Yeah, I've done that, but I still feel like I'm always super transparent about it. If Psylocke, we have Doom that we could do on turn number 3. But Rickety Bridge is always a bit scary. I'll shuffle our hand. Let's go ahead and go Doom.
Oh, snap.
Then we always have a Legion, so we could maybe Legion the Rickety Bridge away, or if it looks like we're losing, we could always Legion into the Rickety Bridge. Now it's a nothing card. Yeah, it's the ability is definitely very lackluster. So Red Guardian onto the Surtur is huge. We'll go ahead and go Zabu. Enjoyed any of your trademark Clog lately? I haven't. I haven't played much Clog lately. Not to say that it's I don't enjoy it or that it's bad, but do we skip here for an Infinite? Because Doom 2099 can always summon into the Rickety Bridge. I'm gonna skip. Feels like maybe not the right call, but Scroll left. Ooh, a Super Scroll left would have been an interesting choice too. We can force a tie. No, we win. We win off of this, right? No. No, because Doom would die before he generates one of his bots.
Hello, hello.
So if we did like a big Infinite, I guess they could have armor, right? They could have armor since it's a Surtur deck. Oh, that is a Scream Surtur. Go ahead and hit him with Legion.
I see.
Big Heimdall shift? Wait. Yeah, no. Definitely a tie. Oh, if they have shield, it can't be destroyed. Oh, you're right. We lose because of the shield. We never won that play. Oh. And so just a big Infinite mid? It is all around not my day. Maybe this is why we don't play on Saturdays. Have you tried any high evo? I tried a high evo Ajax a few days ago, like shortly after over there. It felt okay, but I don't know. I've kind of burnt out on Ajax, but I do think it's like a decent build for sure. And we got emoted. Yeah, we got emoted. Hashira, you said what? So the cap shield can't get destroyed. Unless it gets hit with Red Guardian. It was that way from release. I just didn't think they were going to be able to move it over. Right now it's a Psylocke, either Doom or War Machine, depending on if we draw Storm, then we probably go either Storm or War Machine. I want it to be March so I can play Agamotto. I want to play Sanctum Showdown first, and then Agamotto for sure. We get Legion. War Machine, we're just digging for the Storm, which is, not super likely. But it's helpful with the Ebony Maw. I'm going to go ahead and go War Machine.
Oh, snap.
Play C5 deck with Sarah, Miss Marvel, and Doom. Good. Doom first. But if we draw Storm, then I want to lock down the lane. And then Brandizzle, welcome in. Hopefully you're having a great one. Poor Sauron. Poor Super Skrull, never stood a chance. Alright, so we do have the Infinite. I guess you were right. We should have went Doom first. That's alright. So we'll be able to go Infinite on the final turn. Wait, did theirs have the ability still? No. No, it doesn't. Storm came a turn too late. Let's still go Legion. We can either go Infinite or Doom, depending on what we hit. Doom would probably went right anyways. Maybe. It might have. It clogged us out mid, and so it looks like we're going to go Infinite left. But we can steal this one, right? I guess 5 extra here. 5 extra here. Extra +2. Kind of want to go Dr. Doom instead of Infinite, just so that we're fighting for these two. I played versus a C5 deck today. I'm sure they lost a bet to do that. I mean, C5 at one point was... Oh, wow, the 1 out of 3. Rough. We do pop over in the right lane, so we should be able to pull that one in. Not a good win, but it's a win. I've been enjoying it. And then Oops All Hulk build. Yeah, I think the Oops All Hulk build is super fun, especially if you're going high evo. That's a fun way to build it. We finally grab a win. I think I might pivot off of this. Like, I think it's a strong deck, but the lockdown stuff I think is just... It's just a little bit slow. Next up, we have Leroy TMD. We have Storm. We have Legion. Oh, and they have a copy of our Legion, which is a bit unfortunate. We have a copy of their A-Bomb. They're high evoed A-bomb. We have War Machine, so if we can find Psylocke, we're looking good. We would need to have priority going into that turn to make sure Legion went off, but no. No such luck there. Unless this is like a +1 energy location. Can you grow an afro like Bob Ross to complete the look? It may not be a great afro. No, my hair doesn't poof like that. This was a very bad draw. That's the entire bottom half of our deck. I think we're just gonna leave this one. We're gonna let him have it. We could do Storm. Do Iron Lad and hope for a Doctor Doom. I mean, I guess they haven't snapped, so there's as well. That is not Doctor Doom. Look at him down. Let's do something else. Look in mid-range. The deck that I ran for my video yesterday, I think is still really, really good because of how flexible it is. And then we also have the Scream deck that I think is doing decent as well because it disrupts how you stack your cards. Let's try our hand at some Scream. We got doomed. We did get doomed. Next up we have TD CH ETH. TD Cheath. The first location is the Space Throne, unfortunately. Unless we find Sam Wilson, we're locked in over there. Nice start we got here. Yeah, it's one of those days. Let's do a little bit of Iron Patriot. We can do Rocket Raccoon as a follow-up. I don't think they're going to play in the right lane, so I think we'll have a little bit more added benefit. We go Cable. Oh, if they pulled our Sam Wilson. Modoc's not bad to use on the last turn. Go Rocket Groot. If they do something plus their Chimichanga, a Rocket scales twice. I'm going to go ahead and throw Chimichanga, though, just because I want to try to make sure we get the discount on our Modoc. Ooh, big Gladiator. We hit Scream. Not great, but if this is what, Gladiator Chimichanga? Do maintain the lead. Rocket and Groot coming in huge for us. Do Craven Arrow. We pull the Gladiator away from the feast lane. Gladiator got reset to factory power. He did. He immediately got reset. Oh, big Red Guardian. But if we happen to draw Sam Wilson here, we can still move the shield. Oh. Not drawing Sam Wilson. Let's hit him with a Spider-Man to try to cap out this lane. You just had to say it? Yeah, I know. We just had to say it. Spider-Man moves over into the Craven lane. Then, what? 5, 6? So we could do... We'll have 7 energy because of the Spider-Man here. 5, 6, 7. Spider-Man move. Unless they cap this one out, and then Miles wouldn't be discounted.
Snap.
I think we're just going to do Spider-Man here. We can always pivot the Rocket and Groot if we need to.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Right, so Spider-Man coming in huge. They are not going to get any value from the Fenris Wolf. We already have the lead here. And so then, what, a big cannonball, right? Maybe not cannonball. Shadow King. Shadow King Shang-Chi. Ball in time. We're gonna, I mean, it's Baron Zemo. It's only 4, but by moving out the Rocket and Groot, we make sure that they can't hit us with a reset from like Shadow King or Shang-Chi. And then we have a large amount of power. We have the Miles, we have the MODOK, and then the Cannonball to top it off, I think is plenty.
You won't need this anymore.
Winning a match with a Scream deck without Scream is pretty baller. Ooh, they did have the Shang-Chi. They were hoping to counteract any of our big power plays. And by making sure everything was just low enough, we're able to hold down the floor. Feels good to be on the winning side. And then on the YouTube side, Cody, you said, "Hey TLSG, off-topic question. Would you happen to know if it's possible to become a CPA with only an associate's degree?" I think depending on where, as long as you get the like certifications, I don't know for sure. So it's just assumptions. But I think as long as you have the proper certification, you can. Speaking of CPAs, I need to do my taxes. I've been putting it off. Except we have Bird Law. We have the Hydra Bob, Stegron Polaris. A decent opening hand. Being able to find our Scream would be very much appreciated, though. Scream or Craven. Craven would be pretty nice, too. I guess Iron Patriot's not awful. And then Angel, welcome back for 12 months at Tier 1. Hopefully everything has been going well. How has the restaurant been, Angel? Ooh, the owner reveals will re-trigger here. Mind that at all. We don't have priority, so a Spider-Man to move their cards away. Maybe Vibranium? Yeah, the double Iron Patriot is going to be nice. Never mind. Double Iron Patriot is not going to happen. Whoa. Maybe more so double Polaris now. Sheesh. Polaris. We could go ahead and do Nimrod, but I think it's Polaris. Next turn ends up being like a Stegron. Try to cap them out in Valhalla. Big Galacta. Oh no, we let them re-trigger their Zabu, unfortunate. Alright, as long as they don't self-cap this lane out. Stegron moves. And we should be able to do like a Miles in the right lane. Absolutely, Cody, anytime. Big Rocket Brute. We need a little bit extra here. We need at least 2 extra. But if they snap or we snap, then it would end up being a tie with Miles. this number, we'd be hoping that that they move their rocket. I know instead of that, we could also just do the arrow, but I don't know if we want to pull one of their played cards over. They must have not had a way to swing both. Also, what am I watching? Iron Patriot Scream? Yeah, Iron Patriot, Sam Wilson, both of those are good, like, early game tempo cards. And then you can defend the Iron Patriot with your, like, counter movement. So even if you don't get Scream, Iron Patriot is good, like, sub 2 cost. Unfortunately, they kind of mesh very well together. I'm getting a little bit tired of how common and how good Sam Wilson and Iron Patriot are. I feel like I see them in far too many decks. But otherwise, Iron Patriot just goes in every deck at this point. Yeah. Any kind of like tempo grabbing deck, Iron Patriot slots into very easily. We've been doing a lot of stuff lately. Reached the moment where I turn tables and now make everything yourself. My pizza baker who taught you the last 6 months is gone. Ooh, you're working solo? Also, I love some pizza. And so I didn't know it was a pizza restaurant. Or is it just kind of a mixture? Let's go Rocket. I see I should flex my Iron Patriot God Split at this point. I don't know if I've even split Iron Patriot or upgraded him at all. I guess we'll see in a second. We have Polaris, but it doesn't grab anything. I'm just gonna go Sam Wilson. Big Luke Cage. Sabu. So an Ajax deck. We can do Cannonball Miles. We had a really kind of poor early game start. We want to make sure that we don't cap out Our Lady of Saints. Losing these would not be fun. Scream been shy? Yeah, Scream is... I don't think we've even drawn Scream at this point. Alright, so big Ajax coming into mid. Miles in the left. But I guess they could have Hazmat and make their Ajax just much, much better. What if we hit him with the all-in left, Stegron 50-50 gamble for the Ajax? I don't know if it's worth it, but they'll still have to fight for... I mean, if we hit Zabu, they would have to fight for the right as well. Double play in the right. No! Rest in peace. Big man thing Hazmat? Yeah, big man thing Hazmat. We knew the odds. Had it hit the Ajax or the target we wanted, we definitely won that one. So I think it's a fair enough stay, especially for one extra cube. Polaris Spider-Man. Ooh, yeah, Polaris Spider-Man, but it could have went left with the Spider-Man, unless we were able to fulfill the left lane. No, yeah, it would have worked. Because we went Arrow. No, we went Stegron. We might have been able to do it. I'm trying out a Werewolf Scream deck. I feel like the more movement components we add in, the harder for me it is to gauge. So Husky Puppies always run some very interesting stuff. I think I'm gonna go Sam Wilson. Right now they don't know what we're running, so it could be an ongoing deck. It could be Doom deck. They don't know for sure. Well, I'll check it out on. I'll check it out in Discord after stream. Ooh, it ends after turn 4. We ever hit him with a Spider-Man? Spider-Man, next turn could be Stegron. And then buff Captain America. Welcome in. Hopefully you're having a great one. We win this. Yeah, I think so. Because we move the Iron Patriot out. Whatever they played this turn, we slap with the Stegron. And so we would have a lot of benefit. You're always streaming when I'm at school. I mean, so starting next week on the 18th, drops are going to be back on the 18th, and so I'm going to be doing some much longer hours. The 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, maybe a little bit on a Saturday, Sunday. Make full use and like really capitalize on the drops. By the way, no room for Jug. We could do Jug. Or maybe the Rocket and Groot if you don't have it. That helps protect the Iron Patriot. I don't know. I don't know which one would be better. Which one would be better? So since they have Cap Shield, I think we're gonna go Sam Wilson. Kind of hope that they get Sam Wilson as well. We can play Kraven into Kunlun. When I'm sick this week, you didn't stream. Hopefully you're feeling better, Buff. Sorry to hear that you've been sick, though. How many Rocket and Groots is too many Rockets and Groots? Having so much trouble hitting Infinite this season? What I ended up doing was just a good mixture of decks. In terms of screen, we have no screen. We don't. We have absolutely 0 screams. You're very, very right. Okay, at least we got a good, like, kind of even split here. We can actually pull the Rock out of our deck if we want to try and draw other cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That brings 6. Seven. We'll move the shield over into Kunlun. It's not going to buff Kraven this turn, but it will buff up the shield. I use a Tech Mill deck for the climb. Yeah, I think Mill is in an interesting spot. It's probably the strongest it's been in a while. Ooh, that is a huge Sage. They play another one here. We always have the possibility for a cannonball. We could arrow their Iron Lad over into Cloning Bats. But we have priority without Jug. They could just win it there. Oh no, not Stegron. We don't want Stegron. Let's pull that back in. I think Rocket, Miles, Hydra Bob, we move the shield over. But when they do Sage here, it's going to end up being pretty big. All Or I assume they do Sage here anyways. Might as well go the extra, the extra mile. Wait, did we move a card? Yeah, we moved the shield. Okay. Fine. Ooh, big Black Panther. But it goes from 10 down to 8. Love to see it. If they go Arnhem Zola, it doesn't reproc over here. I think we move the shield. Move a couple of rockets around. Take it. Arrow for the lulz. We could do arrow to yank their Black Panther into the X Mansion. So just kind of having control on like what and where the opponent plays their cards. And then Kunlun definitely helped us out there as well. Jug may be better. Cannonball seems too tight for energy. It could. Like I think Juggernaut might have a potential home. But I do enjoy a good Cannonball as well. But we're also finding, at least in the games that I've played so far, that we have priority in most situations. And so Cannonball hasn't been absolutely reliable either. And then Store Manager, I was trying to set up Namora Tower. I was very worried about your Iron Lad Sage, knowing that you had an additional Sage to throw around. Go Rocket and Groot. I'm not sure where they'll play it, so we're just gonna throw it in left. Are we even sure Scream is in the deck? Honestly, I'm not sure. I'm starting to doubt it very heavily. So a Viper, we aren't going to be able to be capped out here because of our Rocket. But we could Polaris pull the Hood. Maybe we should go Craven. I just slapped together. That was the first game I played with it. Oh no. Cloning Vat games, I feel like they don't count. Like it's always all over the place, so it's really hard to count cloning Vat games for much of anything. With the extra turn, do we even waste arrow yet? Yeah, we'll do arrow. Maybe we throw a Stegron into mid next turn. Ooh, big Doc Ock. Maybe Polaris. Huge. Unless this is like a Hobgoblin or something that comes to our side. Very big.
Snap.
I really don't think Scream is in the deck anymore. I know that it shows it on the tracker, but we have not can't find it to save our lives. Wait, are they going to stick it out? Oh no, they did retreat later. Yeah.
Victory.
I feel like with all of the movement cards that we have now, and especially with Sam Wilson being as common as he is, Clutter has just taken a massive hit. Scam the Clog player? Yeah, we absolutely scammed the Clog player. Okay, so Scream is in the deck. For sure. Have we split Iron Patriot? Yeah, we split him twice. And then AJ, welcome in. I'm doing well. Hopefully you're doing well as well. I decided to jump on for a short Saturday stream, which is not super common for me. I had a little bit of time, so I went ahead and jumped on. But next week I'm going to be doing some pretty long hours. We have drops that are going to come back, and so I'll be doing some decently long streams then. Gotten all cards. Ooh, she does exist. She's real. I don't even know how to play now. We go Sam? Do we go Scream? Go Craven? There's too many choices now. I almost want to go Sam Wilson. But I feel like because we haven't seen her in so long, we gotta go Scream.
Victory.
Okay. Well, her aura was that strong. Yeah, she ran him off. Scream is on its union mandated break. Union mandated break. I will be back shortly. I mean, it was a good lengthy break for sure. All right, so with Scream, Tap Shield, we can really put them in kind of a sticky spot. We're gonna try it again. We're gonna try the snap one more time. Scream auto retreat because they have shield. So they didn't have Sam Wilson, unfortunately. You get a second Rocket and Groot. Nice. They're not gonna play here. They might play their card into mid so that we can't pull it around. Take it. Ooh, big Surtur. And so with Rocket and Groot, it can't get above 10. Super unfortunate for them. Let's do another Rocket and Groot to the right to completely mess up their Scar Surtur stuff. Oh, super unfortunate. Surtur, Atuma, down to 9. Wait, with a base of 5, he actually, Surtur will still go to 10 plus. Fortunate. Wait, they always have a 10 plus power card here, right? Otherwise, maybe an arrow could help us out. They're dead, no doubt. Surtur gets buffed before. Yeah, Surtur gets buffed before, unfortunately. Cannonball is decent. Do we pivot one of our rockets? Arrow right, so Atuma kills. Yeah, but I think what they're going to play is a 10 plus power card. Alright, so they only have a 4 power or a 4 cost Scar. They can't really go all that big. Is it ever Cannonball to try to clear out this lane? Then all in on left. So with Scar, since we're going to move their Surtur, Scream will scale, so we would beat just a straight up Scar play, unless they double stacked in mid, which would be kind of a questionable play. But if they double stack in mid, then I think that's the only way that they have like a clear line against us. Single to the left. Oh, can run Heimdall. Ooh, yeah, true. The double affliction in the left is super funny. So it's just the Scar. We're gonna. Oh, and their their Surtur is now gone.
Victory.
Ooh, well, they could have had double Scar. But their Scar with the affliction from our rockets, their Scar was only, it was a 4 cost. They couldn't play both of them. Otherwise, it was gonna be a huge last turn burst. You know, that hurts their soul. That hurts my soul a little bit. It's just like at every step of the way, we had some kind of answer for him. Completed the Sam Wilson one. We'll have to run at least 4 games with Thaddeus at some point over the weekend, but easy enough. Time Theater is my most hated location. Yeah. Time Theater, it's just so RNG heavy that it is so difficult to gauge the games. So similar to like a lesser so Arisham. Time Theater is super unfun. But super fun whenever you get like an ideal line for sure. And then Simply Uber, thank you so much for your resub for 3 months at tier 1. Very much appreciate having you here. Hopefully you're having a great day so far. So we can go Sam Wilson. We can go Iron Patriot. I think let's go Sam. So we have that mobile shield. Next turn, maybe it's something like Craven Right. Surtur exploding was the icing on the cake. It was. Super unfortunate. Had Surtur went to the left, though, from our cannonball, they would have won. Because we didn't have enough points in the right. So it was still a 50-50. So maybe I've been watching too many YouTube videos. But Advate. My brain wants to say advocate, but I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. You said Mindscape? Mindscaped? My brain read Manscaped. Maybe I've been watching a few too many YouTube videos. But yeah, I think Mindscape and Dream Dimension are both very, very unfun. Seamless promo. Absolutely seamless. Go with a Rocket and Groot, maybe? We could also try for a Spider-Man. Oh, Advate? Gotcha. All right, so we can go Miles. That is a big monster. I don't like Mindscape as well, but I've had some fun experiences, but for the most part, I don't enjoy it. Including not playing a Widow's Bite until turn 6. That'd be the only card I give them on it. That's a big one. This is a Doctor Strange? No, it's Ghost Spider. It's big. How do we win this one? I don't know if we do. Scream would have killed the torch if we had one. It is absolutely right. Right now, we may accidentally pull their Human Torch. But right now, we can pull their monster out of the Nexus, which is definitely helpful for us. And we moved the shield, so yeah, we'll give it a shot. If we pull the dagger, super unfortunate.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Giganto is unhelpful. Pulled it to the left, just so that it can go right back. I guess Human Torch would be here. Ah, well. Well, it is what it is. Jump out of that one. I do think the Madam Web movement deck is still very, very strong with like Frigga, and I guess theirs runs Mobius as well. Players could clutch. Yeah, if we're able to yank their torch. But there's a lot of other options that it could pull. So the Madam Web, the Ghost Spider. If we go somewhere else, it's a Rania Iron Fist. And of course, we didn't draw it. But that could have potentially been the play. Cannonball absolutely would have won for us. Because their Human Torch would move, we would hit it out before that point. And so we would have been able to have the Nexus locked in. Cannonball could have done it. I don't think Arrow would have. Unless the last card they played was Human Torch, which the last one they played was Mobius. Stegron also had a shot. Yeah, all the cards we don't currently have.
Escaped.
Scream 100% win rate when played. It's true. Once she's on the board, especially with how much like small movement stuff we have right now, between like Hydro Bobs, shields, and then our like anti-movement, very, very helpful. So JF was running the Clutter deck, right? The avatar is very memorable. So the one good thing about this deck is that we have a lot of kind of control on some of our cards and the movement that they go with. I mean, I feel like Kraven might get more benefit out of this game than anything else, but who am I to argue with statistics? We're gonna go Scream. Hood, we have to look out for Viper, Titania, a few of those. There's the Hood away in case they go Viper. And it negatively afflicts it, but I assume that we see it on our side of the board at some point. So maybe that affliction is not great. Oh, big debris. We do have priority. We don't really want to be locked into mid. And Spider-Man can potentially move their hood. It's nice. But mid being kind of potentially capped out with Spider-Man is scary. Well, not great. Now, if they don't play there and we happen to hit them with like a Stegron, maybe there's a possibility. Something like Stegron Miles. I'm not even going to play the Miles just yet. Just in case. That move deck is insane. Yeah. It's still very, very strong. Yeah, I think the priority of the move deck, like the priority that it can kind of finesse, is its biggest strength. They could double drop here, which would cap us out. Yeah, Titania Goblin. And if we had space, we could arrow and it would bounce the Titania, which is something. But we have the lead here, here, and here. I guess it's just an arrow and call it a day. Unless we're worried about Shang-Chi, in which case Cannonball is going to be safer. Stegron used Tail Whip. It was super effective.
Victory.
Lock him into that mid lane. They're rank 180, so they're doing decently. I don't know if they're doing decently with Clutter, but 2 times we've matched them to him. It's went well. I feel like our stats with this deck are very, very strong. One 100%. 100%. Next up, we have Blot. I mean, Sam Wilson is pretty good to see here, especially early on. Yeah, we're 8-2 right now with this Scream deck. Up 11 cubes, especially compared to before that we went 2-2. We went 1-5. We went 2-5. So then this one is just absolutely working well. All right, let's go ahead and go Sam Wilson so that we can pull the shield out of Jotunheim. So, I mean, we could potentially try to get them capped out here. Let's go Rocket and Groot. We have to be careful of capping out on our own, but... Are they running a Surtur deck with the Zabu? If so, skipping on 3 is a big miss for him. I'm going to pull one of these. I'm going to go ahead and put Kraven into Jotunheim so that we can set him up to start getting buffed up. And then JR, like what you did with the hair, my friend. Hope I can unlock Scream. Her deck seems so much fun since release. Yeah, Scream is one of those she released on the probably weaker side, just because if Scream is super common, you're able to kind of counteract her pretty easily. But whenever it's mixed into just the general overall metagame, it becomes very, very strong. I don't think they're going to play in the right lane because of our Rocket and Groot. I don't know that they're going to play in Jotunheim either, though. I'm going to go ahead and arrow to pull Enchantress over. We could have merged all their cards here. Big Cersei. Yeah, we dodged a bullet. Dodging the Cersei. I haven't seen Cersei in so long. Woof. Okay. We'll move the Rocket and Groot. Just a big cannonball. Do we even need the cannonball? Don't even need the cannonball. Zabu split? Their Zabu split does look really, really good. That is a fraction finish. No flare. I think that's just the base, but it looks really, really cool with the moon in the background. Someone wants Cersei to Sentry and an Annihilus? Wait, not the Void? Spidey left, Polaris right. We had priority though, right? So we wouldn't have been able to pull any of their cards from the left lane. Is what I was thinking. If we didn't have priority, then yeah, you're probably right. We could have done that. All right, next up is Thanos Enjoyer. They are getting a little bit tired of waiting for us, so we'll play it. The rank is 777. Let's see if it's their lucky day. Scream is out and about. Wait, hasn't been long. Why are they hitting us with the wait emote? Guaranteed 4 power on the 2 lanes. True. Oh, they got Sentry followed by an Annihilus? Wild. Ooh. With Elysium. We can always like Polaris counter Iron Patriot. But that may not win this left lane. We don't have priority either. Go ahead and go counter Iron Patriot. I'm gonna mute him so that I don't start playing in a different way. War Machine and Daredevil both created by Arsham is unfortunate. Do get the discount because they win the Asgard. It's gonna be really tough to overpower this one. We can do Spider-Man. I mean, Rocket and Groot, Spider-Man. Go ahead and hide a Miles. Not awful. I don't think we win Asgard though, unless we get lucky and pull their War Machine. Oh, slapped him out. Wait, they went ahead and spent their Goliath? Crazy. Black Bolt from the Iron Patriot was big. Or is big, I suppose. Sam Wilson. Rock Slide. But they have 6 cards in hand compared to our 0. I think we're in trouble. They really didn't want us to Iron Patriot. Yeah, they wanted to make sure we didn't get the Iron Patriot discount and get reloaded with Asgard. Because I think that was the big tipping point. Because otherwise they'd have 4. We would have had just about... We would have had 4 as well. So it would have been much closer. Okay, Namora. And then depending on what's in mid. He said, don't worry, Scream 100% win rate. Give it a shot. The last card they played was Namora. We can... This. Give that a shot. Since we have priority, we are going to move their Namora. But I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Jubilee doesn't have room to pull. We win left. Depending on what they have right, Captain Marvel is not going to be able to win it over there. 100% on the Scream win rate. Unless this is just something crazy here. We will grab the 4 cubes. My goodness. Whew.
Victory.
I'll gladly take it. Scream is undefeated. And then Solo, welcome in. Hopefully you're having a great one so far. Grandmaster left. Ooh, Grandmaster left would have been scary with Goliath, I guess. Pumping it into mid. I'm glad they didn't. Arrow, Rogue, and Gambit. Yeah, definitely big cube stealers. I wasn't expecting the Jubilee left. It was a nice icing on the cake for the arrow still. Or the arrow pull or steal. So what? We're now 10-2 with the deck. An average cube gain of 1.42. And then Hot Dynamix, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Hopefully you're having a great day so far. So glad that you're here. Man, I don't like when Scream is super common because it's fairly frustrating to play against. Sakara pulls our Iron Patriot. Not bad. Ooh, never mind. Or Sebastian Shaw comes down. The only way we win left is if they can't play a 2-cost. So if they don't have like Forge in hand. Another underrated card is Quake. Yeah, Quake can do some good things sometimes. Ooh, we have a cheap Spider-Man 2099 with our potential movement. We're not able to move it, but cheap 2099 is very, very nice. Husky Puppies with the massive raid. Hopefully you had a fantastic stream. The game that we matched into each other was unfortunate. You bested me, I think it was the day before. And I had absolutely no shot at winning against you before. But Husky, hopefully you had a good stream. What were you running? Oh, you got rank 1? Or 6? there's a big difference between 1 and 6. That high up. I don't know why I typed that. It's just a mental thing. Like you're prepping yourself because you're gonna get rank 1 soon.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
And then Josie with the resub with your Prime for 8 months. Hey TLSG, are you still a full-time streamer? So I'm still full-time, but just in a much more non-conventional way. So it's not so much doing 40 hours of stream. I typically try to make the most efficient use of the stream or like content creation time that I'm putting forward. Otherwise, I end up like spending all day every day just feeling like I'm continually trying to churn. And so I'm still full-time. This is my main source of income. But I focus a lot more of my hours on like the drop times when drops are running and like views are ridiculous, and just try to like strategically plan out my month that way. 6 and 1 are 6 and 1 are pretty close. So they have the copycat, so we're not gonna get our Sam Wilson. They also have Red Guardian, Sebastian Shaw that we have to look out for. Their last card played was a copycat, right? We can yank it over to the right. It does kind of stink that we lost our Kraven. Oh wait, no, their last card was Chavez. Teaches me for not paying attention. Cheap Scar. Can they ever beat this lane? Scar, Hydra Bob. I think we might be okay. If the arrow loop, we tried. I wasn't paying attention to what they played last. Have a good one as well, Husky. Hopefully we catch you and can catch up sometime soon. The Scorpion and Sunspot buffs. I think they're like small enough. We've seen it in the past where like 1 point of power can be very, very substantial. Oh no, the Brood. How Brood. We're gonna lose the 2 here. Had we shot Scar over to the left, we would have been able to win it. And then Ingrid, welcome in. Hopefully you're having a great day so far. If only we had Scream. That's only our 3rd loss with the deck, though. And that one was very much winnable. It just, I misplayed the order, thinking they'd go heavier into the right lane. Next up, we have Ren, rank 79. We lost Craven again. Craven is getting absolutely mauled, but they lost Legion, which is nice to see. Kunlun, love to see it. We don't have a huge 3. I mean, Polaris is our best bet right now. Then Enchantress. I can't turn down a free Enchantress. Craven is having the movie treatment. Oof, very true. Rocket and Groot is a huge top deck. I made some changes to the Dinesh Hela deck, and I can't stop playing it now. Ooh, did you really? I haven't. Has Dinesh came out with changes since the Hela change? Because I haven't really. I mean, I'm sure he has. I just haven't seen it. So we could do Stegron. It pushes them into Kunlun. Our main goal would be trying to stop them from getting the Galacta buff, but not sure that that's worth it. I think we're just going to Stegron to the right. We could have stopped. We could have stopped the Gladiator from getting the buff. Oh. Ends up moving over into mid anyways. Super unfortunate. All right, we get Scream. It's a bit late in the game though. We don't have anything huge to play. Stop it. We can throw Scream. We can always throw a Cannonball to try to push like their Gladiator or their Galacto away. Huge blob. My goodness. Jesus. Not much we can do for that. They lost their Arsham, Baron, Werewolf, Copycat. Doesn't feel like it should be 20 power. Guess it is. Cannonball, Enchantress mid. If we did Cannonball mid, so we could all Cannonball right. Then right now we have the lead in Sokovia. It's only a 9 power lead. This would go up to 4. Rocket and Groot would go up to 6. 16, so 6, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. If they don't play anything additional into Kunlun. Scream never fails. Surely not. Surely she doesn't. Oh, they go into Kunlun. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now it depends very much so on where Blob goes. Oh, it went over to the left. It goes down to 18. We lose left by 2. Oh, that's fine. No, it's not fine. Oh my goodness, we lost by 1 point of power for the point differential. What a roller coaster. That one, it was 50-50. It had Blob went here. We won left, right. So very close. And then Dark Crystal. We are live on YouTube. I always dual stream whenever I'm doing Snap. We stream to the YouTube VOD channel and then to Twitch, because I know some people prefer the YouTube platform. I was one turn behind. Yeah, it was. I would take that risk every time. I would always risk on the 50-50. Now, if there was a boomer snap last turn, I might consider leaving, because then it raises the stakes, and so it's not quite as advantageous to just record broken. Yeah, the records were meant to be broken though. Ooh, Aranya. We have Scream. We don't have priority, so if they get Human Torch down this turn, problematic. Otherwise, we win. We don't want to be winning the right lane. That's for sure. So we're not going to do Polaris. We don't want a Destroyer to destroy like our Scream and other things. This is such an interesting location. And so now, if they ever like change Destroyer, they have to take his effect into consideration. So if he ever reverts back to what he originally was, where he destroys the board, that becomes almost largely problematic. We Polaris pool. We go ahead and do like a Hydra Bob. Do we ever do an Iron Patriot? See what we pull there. I guess they'll never just change Destroyer again. I mean, if they needed to, I'm sure they would change the location. Ah. We were going to have a one-cost leader, but unfortunately, not anymore. The last card they played was the Mobius. And then Chase UNC, thank you so much for the Prime resub for 8 months. Saturday stream on a cold and wet afternoon. Absolutely. I had a little bit of time, and so I figured I'd jump in. And it's going to be a relatively short stream, but I figured I'd stream when I could. It's better than not streaming at all. I wonder if that's part of why Destroyer is the way that it is now, rather than balance the card itself. Yeah, it might be. On one hand, we probably lose. On the other, Scream hasn't lost yet. Whoa! I'm gonna rip over the... I was gonna do Cannonball onto the Destroyer, but... turns out, no such luck. What's your favorite deck these days? I haven't played it in a couple of patches now, or I guess just one patch, or over the air. I mean, we get leader. So unless they're also moving the card around, they would need an Iron Fist to do that. They've already procced their Aranya. Huge Vulture with... oh yeah, even if they move it, it's a huge Vulture. Gonna give it a shot. We're gonna go Rocket move. We're gonna go leader. Hope for the best. They picked up Ghost Spider. True. Depending on where it goes, I guess. Because our leader will proc after their Vulture move. So we get the buffed up version. So the buffed up version for us is going to go mid. Either way, as long as it goes mid, right, we win. Huge Iron Patriot card. Oh, it goes right? For some reason, I thought it went mid, but gladly take the 8 cube against Kang Kang. Iron Patriot came in massive. It has really turned around. We were doing pretty poorly, and then this deck has been just doing wonders. Copy's where it lands. I haven't ran leader in so long. I wasn't sure how the functionality worked. Either way, we should have been covered though. It's the highest. Leader is the highest power. Hydro Bob substitute. Hydro Bob in this one is a Miles enabler, a tempo grabber for Iron Patriot. So it's very underused, but I would say you could probably pretty easily go with something like Nightcrawler and do fine. It's not as good at grabbing tempo. It's not as good at filling those locations, but it's still able to like enable your movement, buff up your Craven. And so I think that's the closest that we're able to come to the Hydro Bob card.
This just in.
What does TLSG stand for? Burrito Supreme. So, TLSG actually stands for that live stream guy. There was probably like 10 years ago now, for all of about a month, at max a month, I had a Twitch channel that I was going to do variety content on. And when creating the name, I thought, what would be something that would be funny whenever someone found it and we're talking to their friends. And the idea was they would be talking to their friend, they'd be like, hey, have you seen that live stream guy? And the response would be, which one? And I only did that for about a month, but in that month, chat shortened it to TLSG when they were asking me questions or things like that. And so for whatever reason, I took that acronym and just plugged it into every game that I went into after that point, and just kind of stuck with it. Let's go Iron Patriot to the right. We know that they have an Enchantress. We know we're not going to get our Miles. Ooh, Eliath is a huge Iron Patriot pull. We can do something like this. I don't know how well it competes or holds up, but I think it's decent enough. Big Galacta. So now we have our 3-cost, it would be 2-cost, but 3-cost Eliath. And they can't move anything over here. So we're gonna rip their Galacta over into the left with our arrow. And then we'll see how it's best to overcome the point differential from there. But I do think it makes the left lane definitely winnable. Especially with a 3-cost Eliath. Alright, so no more shield. Fine. Ooh, we do have Limbo. I forgot there was an extra turn. We go ahead and go Cannonball? Cannonball has to force over into the right lane, so it's going to hit the Red Guardian. Now, if they hit us with an Enchantress, I kind of am a little bit afraid of moving the shield over to the right lane. Because they can Enchantress our Sam Wilson, which we know that they have the Enchantress. That's fine. We're going to move enough cards over there that Scream buffs, Craven buffs. Oh, that is a big Brood buff. Wait, did they think it was last turn? Absman? They could have Absman. Goes up 9. Up to 20, 23. 2, 4, 6. Up to 26. Do we think... No. We're never pushing a card out with the Stegron. Do we think this could potentially win it? Don't move the shield? The shield... Oh, wait, you're right. I was thinking it would still buff up the captain. Oh, no. We did need only... Oh, man. We needed to split it. We needed the Stegron, the Eliath. I was thinking of Absman. That was all I could have my... That's all I had my brain, like, set onto. And had we split them, we would have been fine. Woof. Played us. And then Tucker, the living strategy guide. That is another very real origin of TLSG. I've been running a super fun Galactus Wiccan deck. I did run a Wiccan Galactus for a little bit and really enjoyed it. But for whatever, like it started becoming a little bit more almost well known, and so then it lost that surprise factor. So whenever a deck like that uses that big element of surprise becomes more common, it ends up losing some of its luster. But still think it could be really, really good. So a big Rocket and Groot could be interesting. I think we go Polaris. We rip them out of the Smithsonian. Them having a gigantic bullseye is also scary. Or like 4 bullseyes. Rocket and Groot might have been nice. Yeah. Gambit, no, it's bullseye. And so then they proc it 4 times. So as long as they end up finding a swarm, they're in a very, very strong spot. Unfortunately strong. Feels like it's fallen from grace. And this, yeah, I think it's been several months since I've seen it ran, so I think the surprise factor is probably definitely there. They didn't snap this? No, they haven't. I think they probably know if they snap, we're leaving. And then Baza, you said been in a slump and finally managed to rank up a few ranks. Nice, Baza. Hopefully you're able to finish off your climb strong. They'd have 0 if you hit Rocket and Groot. Yeah. 1, 2, 3 would have been 0 power over here, and we could have moved the Rocket and Groot. Big Modok. Arnhem, Blade, Gambit, Swarm. Yeah. Yeah, as long as they have the Swarm, there's nothing we can do because they discard it. So each of these are going to be around 7 as long as they discard it one more time. So 7, 14, 21 is going to be negative 42 for each of these 2 and probably 3 across the board. There's not much we can do against that. Is this even winnable? No, I don't think so. Unless we got somehow really lucky with like a cannonball that destroyed some of their bullseyes, but they would have to fill the board first.
Escaped.
Gotta run that rando Mobius, yeah. Yeah, Mobius has a lot of value right now with Iron Patriot, with a Swarm, And I see why he's teched into several decks right now. Plus the massive power of Morbius. Yeah. Massive power of Morbius. Maybe they get like a collector down as well. There's just not much. Like, not only are they scaling their cards, they're negatively afflicting ours like crazy. Oh, so they'd have 9 power? But they'd all hit though, right? And so be 3, 6, 12. Yeah, you're right. 9. Does Bullseye only affect each card once with a negative power? I actually don't know. Slim. So Surtur actually still feels decent to me. I think Surtur's in an okay spot. We lose Arrow. They lose their Atom. Each Bullseye could have hit 1 card each. Yeah. Wait, could have hit 1 card each for each discard, right? And I don't think Bullseye's necessarily a problem when as long as he's not duplicated. Once he's duplicated, there's like really nothing that you could do. -8 to each card. Yeah, it's gonna be a super negative affliction. It's a big Agent Venom. They're running the Havoc deck. They may never get to use that arrow.
Opponent snapped.
Do they ever actually play over here? I think they stack into Stark Tower. Did not. Big Wiccan. Wiccan with Agent Venom is super interesting. We could go Sam Wilson, but I'm going to try a Kraven Spider-Man. Or maybe we go Kraven Captain America. We can move the shield over to the left next turn. Hot take, New Peak is pretty cool. It's definitely less polarizing. It still feels bad whenever you lose like a key resource. So like, let's say they lost their Wiccan. Feels really, really bad. But I do like the small amount of information that is exchanged, where it's impactful but not as polarizing as switch your entire hand or inverse the power of each card, where it can just mess you up entirely. Agatha Day, I beg to differ. Agatha Day was not fun. Ooh, big Luke Cage. So Rocket and Groot's not going to do anything for us anymore. We're going to try this one. I don't think we're in a good spot here. With them having the bounced in cards, they've had Agent Venom down, the Wiccan to get the extra energy. I'm kind of afraid of what their output can be. Said it didn't need a 313 enabler. Yeah, I don't. It definitely doesn't. And now it's still 311. Still crazy value. Said you were running a Mobius Spider-Ham and once got a zero-cost Infinite. I played a handful of games, ran into Agatha time and time again, and then logged out for the day. Big Iron Patriot of their own. Hood. Either way, our Spider-Man in the right lane is going to cap out either the left or mid. don't know if it's enough, though.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
We pull Wiccan into mid. Wait. Oh, man. What am I doing?
All systems go.
Well. Whatever semblance of a chance we had, it's gone.
Escaped.
All right, next up we have Arsham is lame. That's a strong conviction. They go with Hood off the bat. Could be the Agent Venom deck. There's a handful of other ones that I think it could be. A couple of Cravens is nice as we maneuver cards around the board. A big Sauron. A long time since I've seen a Sauron. Said Copium or no, Adam Warlock in a Hella list. So I actually tried an Adam Warlock Thaddeus Hella deck. And there were some times where it was really, really cool. Other times it felt a little lackluster. But I think it's a really cool idea. Big Sentry.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
What an interesting cook that Arshman's Lame is running. We do now have him locked into mid, which is nice. The last card they played was Sentry. We could hit the Void out of Los Diablos base with Cannonball to try to dodge a Cersei. I guess there's a chance that they go Annihilus, yeah? Actually, Annihilus makes me a bit worried. We're gonna try it anyways. Oh no, it's Annihilus, yeah. Yeah. Stegron Slap would bring it down to maybe 6. This could bring us up to 8 or 7. If they play a card here, we're in trouble. Is it worth the gamble? Because if they play anything left, we, ooh, Scream? I don't think Scream would be better than like a Hydra Bob, though. Wait. 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 Oh, no. They were so confident, too.
Victory.
We'll take the 4. My goodness. Press snap if you haven't. Oh yeah, we did. We snapped on that one. Wait, there's a new bug? Oh yeah, I already snapped. Yeah, the Miles won it. But as much as I want to keep going, I did hear my kiddos get back home, and so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the stream. I'll be back again, if not before. I'll be back on Tuesday for an extended stream. So let me see who to raid over into. See who's in the snap category. We have Toxic Soul King. I don't really know any of these. So if you want, we can send you guys over to the next highest one. No. We can do... Maybe we go to Zodrex. We'll go to Zodrex. All right, we're going to raid you guys over. Thank you guys so much for the fantastic stream. I very much appreciate all of your support and you guys just being here to enjoy the content. We're going to go ahead and raid over, and then we will catch you guys around very, very soon in TLSG. Later, guys.
Jamil loves when I draw my cards ahead of them.